Have a seat in Swastikasana. Release the legs. Bring the hands slightly behind the hips to lift through the side body. But as you do that, for today in particular, feel the weight of the legs descending. Observe that the inner groins can be soft and roll towards the inner knees. So that'll have something to do with your height, right? If you don't have enough height, just, grab another blanket or something. Feet under the knees. And then gradually add into that the descent of the back buttock. So what I mean by that is from the back waistband, I want you to feel that the entire flesh of the buttock descends, so that the two buttock bones begin to evenly release down as much as possible. And they will be slightly uneven as you feel their weight on the ground, but just work to make that as even as you can. Then keeping the gaze straight forward, come to the fingertips there beside you. Roll the corners of the shoulders back. And feel how that duality of the buttock descending and the corners of the shoulders back have sort of an equal action in the body, meaning feel that the front portion of the diaphragm moves back, doesn't become aggressive or agitated, right? So that's why we talk about those front ribs. I'm not asking you to grip them back, just keep that region relaxed, contained. And then bring the palms together and close the eyes. Observe the spread of the skin of your right hand against the left, of the left hand against the right. As you release the shoulders away from the ears and lengthen upward through the crown of the head. Soften the skin across the face. Draw the attention towards the center of you. And join me for the sound of Om, and we'll continue with the invocation. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya chavaijakena yopakerutam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankak Chakra Siddharinam Sahasara Shirisam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjalim Harihi Om. And release the head down towards the heart center. And surrender there. Release the hands with the palms up. Bring the head up with closed eyes. And then gently open the eyes. Okay, So I just brought the trestle into the screen today so that we can start with it. And what I mean by that is start with having some kind of countertop. You don't have to stay in the screen, of course. Some kind of countertop. If you don't have that, a chair, the back of a sofa, anything like that. We're going to take basically Arta Chandrasana, hands holding, chest lifting. But the point is when you bring your feet back, notice where I put my feet, and I'm kind of going to say, okay, they're going to stay there. And I draw the outer groin, inner groin back. And I allow the buttock flesh not to lift like that, but to descend the flesh of the buttock towards the heels, even as I spread through the mound of the foot. So the back of the leg stays broad, but the low back gets length. Okay, come on, let's do that. Go wherever you need to go. When you hold on to whatever you're holding on to, turn the upper arm bones out. Feel how that maintains a broadness across the chest and a release in the neck. Okay. And then with your exhale, inner groins, outer groins, drawing back. Of course, knees lifted, knees straight. Some of us will feel that in the shoulders first or the neck. Keep the arms turned out, but then buttock flesh to the heels. So that's one distinct action. Also spread the mounds of the foot from the mound of the big toe to the small toe to keep the back groin broadening from the inner groin to the outer groin. But notice how that can overtake the first action. Keep the flesh of the buttock descending. Crown of the head lengthens kind of towards your thumbs. Breathe. Relax across the abdomen. Again, feel how that diaphragmatic band, right? The front portion of the diaphragmatic band remains contained. Depending upon how sturdy the thing is your hands are on, feel that the hands can press down a little bit. And then the crown of the head can lengthen towards the thumbs also a little bit, working to drive the action in your upper body more into the shoulder blades, the upper thoracic, not the neck. Because I know there's a couple of you in here that deal with neck stuff. So just be aware, your neck should remain pretty relaxed. No effort there. Observe the breath in the side body. Tongue, jaw soft, eyes soft. As the front thighs move to the back thighs, imagine my hand around that space between the shoulder blades and just gently pressing down there. Just a little bit pressing down there as the crown of the head moves away. That's it. All right, good. And then come all the way back up, walk the feet forward. And once you're up, get a chair and a brick and bring those two things back to your mat. So I'm going to turn my chair with the back facing you guys. I find that works a little bit better for this pose. So maybe do that. Turn your chair around. We're going to do chair twist. So you're going to twist to the right first. So you want to get your right hip facing the chair. I'm mirroring you, right? So this is my left side. Don't get confused. You're going to turn to your right. Take a brick. So you get that right outer hip to touch the backrest. Take a brick, turn it on tall, put it between your upper thighs. And you know, if you're like me and the knees lift a little over the hips, and a few of you that you'll experience that, you can give your hips a little bit of height. Sit on a blanket or something. It's nice when they're kind of even. Not incredibly necessary. You can do this lots of different ways. Good. Feel the inner heel bones down. Now take your arms forward. Reach forward. So when your arms are straight forward and you reach forward, feel how that space between your upper shoulder blades broadens. All right, so allow for that. Instead of plugging the arms in more and more, reach forward, allow for that broadening, and inhale then, lift and go up, and really lift up. You can hook your thumbs, that can help. So that as the upper arms pin to straight, right, the chest can lift. Now inner heel bones down, and exhale, turn to the right and take the hands to the edges of the backrest. And before you really start to crank yourself into that twist, pull down with your hands so the chest has a way to lift. Exhale, push with the right hand, pull with the left hand, and keep the elbows quite wide. Now, imagine my hand is on your thick back left ribs. Roll those left ribs towards your left elbow. Feel how the left side body gets long as you do that. Keep the inner heel bones down. And then release to center. Stand up, change sides. So inner heel bones down. When you reach the arms forward, go ahead and hook the thumbs. When you do, relax the shoulders, right? And reach forward and allow for that broadening in the upper shoulder blade. Of course, heel bones still down. Now from there, inhale, lift up and pull the arms up out of the waist. Then again, inner heel bones down. And then with your exhale, turn to the left, release the hands and hold the backrest. Pull down with the hands, lift up through the chest, but push with your left hand. Hold on with your right fingertips and pull with the right hand. And feel how that action can already move those thick back right ribs towards your right elbow. Keep the right side body there, right? Just as long as the left side body. It tends to want to recoil. Can you get that lift by moving the back ribs? Chin up a little. Kim, lift your chest, or chin, lift your chin. Yeah, like that. And then release back to center. Let's do that again. So, as I said to Christy at the start of the class, you know, we're going to move a good deal and do several asanas today, but most of them really have support. So find that fine balance, right, between effort and surrender. Reach the arms, inner heels down, inhale lift. Exhale to turn and straight away, hands down. Push with the right hand, pull with the left hand. Flow those back left ribs towards the left elbow. Keep the left chest on the rise. It kind of makes a difference if you pull with the fingertips on that left hand, weirdly. because that'll help contain the left shoulder blade. And then release back to center, go to the other side. Hook the thumbs the other way, reach forward, broaden that upper shoulder. Inner heels down as you inhale and go up. Exhale, release the hands and turn, hold the backrest. Pull down first, get that lift of the chest, and then push with the heel of your left hand. Pull with the fingertips of your right hand. So that'll twist you more. But now, can the front body still lift? Shoulder blades on the back. Christy, notice what your right shoulder blade's doing. Can it go onto your back? Can you turn the right upper arm out? Yeah. Now move the thick back right ribs towards your right elbow when you do that. All right, and then release to center. Okay, so get a strap and be at a wall if that's possible. We're going to keep the chair. I'm going to go ahead and use a strap with you today. You could also do this with rope walls or wall ropes. But, you know, for the sake of consistency, I'll say we're doing that. Oh, I was going to keep this in scene. In scene, in set, I don't know. I don't know if there's any actor people in my group. I'm sure I use all the wrong terminology. So I'm going to ask you to put your heel on the back of the chair for Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So that's the thing with the leg up the wall, right? You hold the straps. But why? I want you to have support under your heel today, rather than just foot on the wall. I want the foot on something, because it will help with this downward motion of the outer hip. But then, so you're going to hear me say that. I'm going to turn around, which is why I'm showing you this here. But as soon as that goes down, the standing leg thigh has to go back, and the lifted buttock goes towards the heel. Okay, so you're going to hear that, so that you start to get this lift that should come from the base of the spine by doing those things together. Face your chair. Right foot's going to come up. Go ahead and hook the foot. It's more effective if I face this way. Hook the foot with your strap. Arms straight. Plus then I can see you. So once you're there, and you can just look forward, or you can even look down at your left foot. Move your left heel slightly to the left. So just lift on the toes, shift that heel a little to the left. Then arms straight, shoulder blades on the back. So turn the upper arm bones out. Good, everybody. Now feel how the pressure of the heel on the backrest helps that outer right groin to go down, to descend. So the low back on the right lets go a little. Now, as that happens, bear weight in your left heel and move the left front thigh back. And as you do that, roll the right buttock towards the right heel a bit. So much so that the mound of your right big toe presses the wall. So with that left thigh back, with that right heel mound of the right big toe pressing forward, lift through the side body. Feel how the actions of the legs bring your tailbone in beneath you, so that then you can lift through the sides of the spine. Arms straight, broaden across the chest and breathe. So when you get it right, when the legs start to do that correct action, what will happen is you'll get a lift from the pubic plate towards the chest. The abdomen will draw in and up a little. But it comes from the effort of the legs, not from the effort of the abdomen. So I want to give you these little points of what to look for so that you know that, oh, there it comes. Because I can't be there standing right over you, right? When that comes, tailbone in, lift the chest a little more. Then release that side. Change sides. So once you've got that left foot out, you can look down at your right foot. For most of us, the right toes will point out to the right. So just pick your heel up, shift it to the right. Even if your toes point straight forward, shift the heel a little to the right, it helps. Then with the weight of the left heel on whatever you have it on, descend the outer left hip. Just put your attention into that. That's just part of the information, but get that first. Then stand in your right heel and move the top right thigh back as you push the left heel forward. Left buttock to the left heel, right front thigh back into the right heel. So then there's sort of this divide of the legs. Now press the mound of the left big toe into or towards the wall. Feel how then, oh, tailbone comes in. You can lift through the side body all the way into the chest. And as a result, the abdomen, in particular, the low abdomen will lift in and up. And then release that side. Okay. So we're not repeating that per se, but we're going straight into Utthita Parsvahasta, so the one with the leg to the side. But, you know, the work is really the same. I am going to ask you to hook your foot. I am going to ask you to keep your heel on something. But once you get to this point, and the foot can be a little forward, but again, watch my standing leg. You're going to go boom and just move that heel a little to the side. So that first, this leg descends, but second, heel, this heel, same order of action. This thigh back so the heel bears weight. Mound of the big toe on that foot. Same order of action for similar results in the trunk. Okay. Bring the right leg up. I know this is my left leg. You're doing your right leg. But this way I can see what's going on. So once you hook the foot and you straighten your arm, right, already, you know, you hold as close to the foot as you need to so your chest is upright. Hit the right heel out to the right. Now feel the weight of your, I'm sorry, that's your left heel, pardon me. Feel the weight of your right heel on whatever it's on and descend the right buttock, the right front groin. Descend it down. It's just the preliminaries, right? So it won't feel like the pose just yet. Now maintaining that, bear weight on your left heel and move the left front thigh into the back thigh. Now working with that, lengthen into the mound of the right big toe and feel how that will start to move not just the right buttock towards your right heel, more than that, it'll move the right hip, outer hip, towards the wall you can see there right in front of you. Mound the right big toe away, left thigh back, and lift through the side body. And play around with those actions. You know, really take that standing leg back. Take it back further than you think you need to. Open the back left groin or not. Open the back left groin. And yeah, it'll feel like the buttock moves back a little. That's okay, because then you just press through the mound of the right big toe and oh, the tailbone comes in. So in other words, dance around with it a little bit. Don't just think, oh, this is it. I did those two things, right? Explore. And then release that side. Other side. So left leg up. Ooh, this does work. I can see you from here. Just barely. So once you get there and you get your balance, lift the right foot, hit the right heel out a little bit. Feel the weight of your left heel on whatever it's on. Descend the left buttock, left outer groin, left frontal groin, down. Go down there. As if my hand were there, pressing that frontal groin down, releasing it down. Now maintaining that. Bear weight in your right heel. Take the top right thigh back, deeply back. So much so that you feel the back groin spread. And yeah, the buttock will start to lift, no doubt. Yeah, but take it back and then mound the left big toe presses away. So dance around with those actions for a little in order to feel the tailbone move beneath you. Move in. Then the side ribs lift, collarbone broadens. And the resulting action in the abdomen is that it draws in and up. But that action should be completely a result of how you work your legs. And even how you lift your chest to some degree. Good. And then release that side. One more time, first side. Right leg up. We're just going to touch it again real quick. Just go ahead back in there on your own. Apply those same actions so that when the tailbone moves beneath you, the low back should feel free, should feel long and spacious. Good, and then release and change sides. When your left leg is up, eventually put your right hand on the right hip. Don't forget to hit that heel out a little bit. Right thigh back, mound to the left big toe away until you contact the tailbone. So those outer gluteal muscles, they'll gather slightly towards the midline of the buttock. And then release. And come on back to your mat. Have a brick. We're going to use a wall. So again, whether or not that's in your frame, doesn't matter too much. You don't so much need a mat for what we're going to do. It's super simple what we're going to do. You all know this. We're going to work with Trikonasana. We did this last night in class. A couple of you were there. We're going to do Trikonasana and take it right into Arta Chandrasana. Have the brick underneath you on tall for your hand and use your wall for support. Don't just be at the wall. Use the wall. But then what does that mean? Because lots of different parts of the body could use the wall. And am I saying, oh, put your whole body against the wall? No, that's not what I'm saying. But you will feel, especially here, that your shoulders can be against the wall. Your hips are against the wall when you take your legs apart. But that'll move as you employ the actions of the pose. Right? So for now, with the legs wide, take the hands against the wall, put your pinky fingers there. And imagine with your pinky fingers, I'll just give you guys a minute, some of you are just setting up. So legs are apart, like you're gonna get ready to do triangle, right? But when the small finger touches the wall, two things. Imagine your fingers, your whole arm is being lengthened downward, but shoulders still against the wall. And you'll be able to feel that arranges the shoulder blades slightly. And then as well, feel the small finger presses the wall to arrange the uppermost part of your arm bone to turn out a little bit. All with the support of the wall with your shoulders and your head. Then turn the legs to the right. The left foot can be quite close to the wall. It doesn't necessarily have to touch the wall. Reach out through the arms. And again, feel those pinky fingers, but also feel the broadening of the arms. So again, that upper portion of the shoulder blades broad. And then come on in, but today, bring the upper hand onto your waist. So I'm not mirroring you, I'm doing the right side also. Frankly, I just kind of forgot. All right. Now, once you're here, press the left heel down, take the left thigh back, and bear weight into the mound of your right big toe. So when you do that, the head, the shoulders, they should be able to stay on the wall. But when you press into the mound of the right big toe, feel how that outer right buttock leaves the wall. Because it's hugging beneath you. Keep the left heel bone down. Breathe. Right shoulder back. Just look forward. Now, notice where your right hand is. Notice how the flesh of the buttock there on the right flows into the right heel, lengthens out of the lumbar. I want you to feel that you can recreate that in Arta Chandrasana. So, you're going to bend the standing leg, slip the brick a little forward, and take the foot in and come up. If you need a little more room between your right leg and the wall, just take it. Make sure the brick is under your shoulder, maybe even a little forward. Now, first things first, roll the right buttock towards the right heel and feel the right heel contact the wall. Make sure it's lifted enough, right? Lift it up to hip height. Now, keeping that action, roll the weight into the mound of the right big toe. I have my legs mixed up, sorry. Weight into the right big toe. Keep that left buttock into the left heel. Roll the left buttock into the left heel. Now, feel how the weight comes not just into the mound of your right big toe, but it comes even into the big toe itself. So when that happens, observe how the tailbone moves in, and you can lengthen both sides, side waist, right? So the right side waist and the left side waist, and the legs work tremendously. But your head and shoulders are right there on the wall. So the upper body gets to receive that effort. And the abdomen, thanks to the work of the legs, draws inward towards the spine and slightly upward towards the chest. But there's also an upward towards the ceiling here too. Okay, Trikonasana. Come on back down. Be in triangle pose. Keep that left buttock flowing down, reach the left arm up, and inhale, lift by pulling up with that left arm. Come back to center. Change the brick. So if you were to use the wall like Tadasana, right, you'd bend your knees and let the flesh of the buttock be drawn down. Do that. Arms to your side, shoulders away from your ears. Turn the legs to the left. But now again, the left heel down, left buttock down. Take the arms out to the sides. Find the width. So isn't that width? That's sort of a surrender, really. Right? Allow for that so the neck is soft. And come on out over that left leg. Take the right hand to your right waist straight away. Left hand down. But I don't know about you, if you're anything like me, and bodies are not that terribly different, and it's much earlier for you guys, by the way, good 3 hours. If you're anything like me, you'll feel that lengthening, that pulling, some days an aching in the low back there, where I'm asking you to roll that right buttock to your right heel. Press the right heel down, let that lengthening occur. But as the thigh goes back, feel how there's also lengthening in your side body, particularly the left side body, so that that can become a little more palatable. Bear weight on the mound of the left big toe and feel, oh, that outer left hip, it'll leave the wall. And when the legs work in this way, observe what happens in the abdomen. It should be allowed to let go, to be passive. Now, come on in, Arta Chandrasana. And when we get our balance, typically the weight will go into the heel of the left foot. That's okay for now. Get up there and now roll the right buttock into your right heel. And you'll feel the right heel on the wall. Be sure you lift that leg enough so that it's hip height. Push through the heel, buttock to the heel, then shift the weight into the mound of your left foot. And the weight will come into your left hand, that's fine. Even shift the weight into the big toe itself on the left. And observe then what happens at the outer gluteals. There's sort of that gathering again that we've been talking about towards the tailbone. That left hip, it might leave the wall. It's okay if it does. It's good if it does, as long as the low back stays long. Now lengthen through the right and left sides of the body. Use that wall as support. Keep the legs strong. Even the mound of that right big toe can push away now, so that the abdominal region draws in towards the spine, up towards the chest, and possibly even up towards the ceiling here. And then go ahead and shift yourself back into triangle. So Christy, those kind of poses with all that support should be helpful for your knees. So as you move forward, you know, it is Thursday, but if they're still bothering you on Tuesday, that's a good way to work regardless. Right arm up, inhale, lift with the right arm, come to standing. Turn the feet forward and go on and step your feet together. Okay. Get your chair again. No blanket or anything, just a plain old metal chair or a plain old kitchen chair, whatever you got. I've taught this a few times since we've been in computer land. But it is a little bit complicated, so I'm going to show it. Most of you know it, but you know, there's a few poses that are just kind of like origami. But it's really useful to do this way. We're doing Pararita Trikonasana. I turn the chair so the backrest is closest to me. And it's on my right side. Just watch, I'll do real quick, then we'll all do together. My right foot is right there on the edge of the mat, so I can move my chair without it getting stuck. The left foot is back, Pararita Trikonasana. So you guys know I got to roll the buttock into that left heel. Because I can move the chair around, it makes it kind of nice because, you know, I don't want that low back taking the work. I want the low length of the buttock like we've been doing, but I got to swing that left hand around and try and get to my chair and press the back heel. It teaches how to twist with the power of the leg. Then the chair is going to move. This back leg effort doesn't. and I take the hand down and I re-engage the back leg. I start to work with the front leg and I get length. You can go down to that bottom rung. Top hand pushes down, bottom hand bears weight, and it gives us a really nice Parivrita Trikonasana. So that's what we're doing, okay? Chair in the right hand. Right foot forward, step your left foot back, just face whatever direction you need to. Once you get there, bring your left hand to your left hip or left waist for a moment. Good. So, you want to kind of line up heel to heel or heel to arch. Now, as you look forward, bear weight in your left heel and feel that left thigh will move back. Your pelvis will turn. Don't worry too much. Bear weight in that left heel more and more, even the outer heel. And feel how the buttock descends, your low back gets long. Yes, the outer left gluteal, it'll awaken a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, keep the chair right by your right hip. Keep your left heel down. Swing your left arm around and try and touch the backrest of the chair. Try and grab onto it. But keep that left heel down. Way back by your hip, Jason, not here in front of you. Get it back by your hip. Look how close that is to my hip. Yeah. And swing that left arm around. It's kind of hard to do. Yeah, I kind of have a hard time getting there. Good. But feel how powerful the back leg remains. Now keep that. Keep the back leg. The chair is going to come forward, and you're going to bring the left hand behind the backrest and onto the seat of the chair. So it's a very rounded feeling in your lower back. In fact, Jason, I think your legs are a little wide. Shorten your stance a little. Yeah. Now roll the buttock into the left heel and bear weight in the mound of your right big toe. Now feel how that hugs that right hip beneath you more. You'll even feel the pubic plate hug towards your inner right thigh. That's okay. Breathe. Lengthen the left side body. Keep that left heel down. Right hand pressing down. Breathe. So it's kind of a really bunched up version of the pose. That's okay. Now, with an exhale, take that bottom hand down to the bottom rung. Keep the mound of the right big toe down. So this hip is in. Keep the left heel bone down. Now, lengthen the left side body and bear weight into that left hand. Feel how the thick back left ribs and your left shoulder blade descend as you press the right hand down. Breathe. Good. And then inhale, come on up. Step the feet together, change sides. So more and more, particularly with these twists, right? Really get the sense, kind of keep a part of your brain on the tailbone. You want the tailbone deep in the body, embedded almost, so that you're stable. So left foot forward, right hand on the right waist. Now, as you look forward, bear weight in your right heel. The right thigh moves. Bear weight in the right heel, even the outer heel, and feel the buttock rolls down. Yes, the leg turns out. It's okay. Give your right frontal groin a moment to accommodate you. Keeping that right heel down, take the right hand across the body and touch the backrest. And then keep the right heel down. I feel that even in my frontal groin on the right. Now, commit to that back leg, stay with it. And you're going to slide the chair forward every inch. I got to think, oh, back leg. And then bring the right hand down to the backrest. And then back leg. Good. Press down with the right hand. Now, as you lengthen the right side body, put weight in the big toe mound of your left foot. Notice what happens at the base of the pelvic floor. Your pubic plate will kind of hug in to your inner left groin. That's okay. But keep that back heel down, breathe. Now exhale and work to get that right hand all the way down to the back rung and right heel on the ground. That's the hardest part of Trikonasana, is getting that heel down. Exhale, flow the thick back right ribs and your right shoulder blade down to the floor as you press the left hand down, turn. Lean the crown of the head just a little back. That's it, Clifford, but think crown of the head. Someone's got you right by the crown and they pull you back. And then at the same time, those thick back ribs and right shoulder blade go down. Good, inhale, come on up. Step the feet together. Tadasana. So what I'm hoping for more and more is you feel this rolling down of the flesh there. We're going to use that. So you're going to take a chair to preferably a wall. So if the end of my mat were a wall, you're doing that. Hands are on the backrest. Watch, feet are together. And you're going to lift up onto the toes so that the heels pull to the buttock and the buttock pulls to the heels. Then you're going to bring the tailbone forward and push the hands so you get that length of the frontal spine. Heels to the buttock, buttock to the heels. The hamstring grips, the tailbone is in, you take the frontal spine up. So it's upward dog with a lot of support. So the distance, it's kind of that Uttanasana distance, right? Just hold the backrest of the chair, and you can always move your feet forward or back. But now lift up onto the mounds of the foot and roll the buttock down. My back is actually quite rounded. Roll the buttock down, roll down. So you really feel, yeah, the buttock grips, the tailbone moves in, but it does it because you're lifting up onto the mounds of your foot. Now take the tailbone forward, look forward. Heels to the buttock, buttock to the heels. Bend the elbows a little and roll the corners of the shoulders back and lengthen from the pubic plate to the center chest. Pull up, pull the frontal body up. Elbows a little bent, shoulders back, tailbone in, lengthen the frontal body. Good, and then release and come out. So if you feel that it pushes your lumbar spine and you get that little familiar back bend grip, what it means is your legs aren't doing the work and the tailbone isn't in, right? So you need that information because I'm not there to say, hey, this has to turn up, you got to know. So we're going to do it again. So if your feet are apart, it's fine. Try and bring them slightly closer as your body opens up. Lift way up onto the mound of the toes, buttock deeply down. You guys see how much I round my back? Round it, it's okay. It won't hurt. It'll actually feel good. But feel how it makes the outer gluteals gather to the midline. Now use that, and someone has a brick on your tailbone, they push your tailbone straight forward. Hamstrings to the buttock, buttock to the hamstrings, tailbone in. Bend the elbows to the sides, lengthen the side body, frontal body, go up. The chest should lift forward and up at the diagonal. The upper back moves in, the tailbone moves in, but the low back long. That's it, and then release. You guys feel what we're going after here? Everything okay? Good. So you either repeat that, or if you go, oh, this feels so good, I want a little more, then you can turn the chair around and put your hands on the front of the chair seat. It's your choice. I always kind of remind everybody, everyone in here though is like, I'm preaching to the choir, so, but I will say, the buttock is not soft in this pose. I've heard far too many teachers yell, soften the buttock in the middle of upward dog, and then my back goes, ah! No. You got to work your legs so the buttock is firm. Move your feet back. Spread the mounds of the foot, lift way up and feel the buttock rolls down, low back's free. If your hands are on the seat of the chair, you need more room between the feet and the chair. And then tailbone moves straight forward. Heels to the buttock, buttock to the heels, but you generously bend the arms. Turn the upper arm bones out and lift from the pubis towards the chest. Tailbone in and in. You're coming more and more. If your hands are lower, you're coming more and more onto the tippy toes. That's it, Jason. Bend your elbows. Turn the upper arms more. Front chest forward and up at the diagonal. Make your chest lift more than your chin. Good. And then release and come out. Okay, listen, last one. But I want you to watch me first, because what I'm seeing a lot of good legs. I'm seeing a lot of tailbones in. But I'm also seeing a lot of, so this is good. I'm getting that length, right? Tailbone, tailbone. But then I'm seeing a lot of this or a lot of this. Now watch my arms. I bend a good deal. So then when the heels press, the chest lifts. Make your chest lift first. The occipital ridge pulls back, so the chin follows, but it's not just chin, of course, okay? So in other words, catch the wave. Catch the wave and let the wave roll into your upper back. Last one, however you want to do it.
Carmen, I think that this has to do with how far we are from the chair, and I'm not sure how to determine that.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Orna?
I think this has to do, how well we can do it depends on how far we are from the chair.
Right.
So I don't know how to determine that distance to make sure that I hit it in the right place.
Look, you determine it as to where your tailbone is. If my tailbone's way forward here, my feet aren't far back. So I got to take the feet back so I can take the tailbone in and get the lift. So you got to figure it out, right? Get that lift so that you can get the lift. So in other words, you're trying to get the tailbone under your chest. If it goes beyond your chest, it doesn't work. That's it. That's it. Lift the heels to the buttock bones. Knees poker straight, especially when there's knee issues. Poker straight. Make your hamstrings work. Buttock to the hamstrings. Hamstrings pull to the buttock, and you lengthen the frontal body more and more. Good. And then release and come on up. Good. Chair moves aside. If you're using a mat, turn it to the wall so narrow edge of the mat touches the wall for Ekapada Padana Utkatasana. So that means you're going to lie on your back. Have a strap handy because we're going to use it in a little bit for Supta Padang Visthasana 1. But you're going to lie on your back, put your feet at the wall. And you guys now press the heels into the wall to get that length in the lumbar spine. Bring the feet together. Once the legs are straight, a couple things have to happen. Yes, you lengthen the buttock to the heels and the inner heels to the wall. But then listen, spread the mounds of the foot against the wall. Feel how that encourages the heels to broaden against the ground. And when they do that, they press down a little. It's just part of the broadening. But when that happens, observe how the outer gluteals gather towards the midline, which is your tailbone. Allow for that. Use the spread of the mounds of the foot to maintain that so that heels are down. Thighs work to go down, but tailbone works to hug in. So it's very active legs. Now hug the right leg in. Bend the right knee, hug it in towards your chest. And keep those actions with the left leg. And then change sides. Put the right foot back on the wall. Hug the left knee in. Increase those actions with your right leg. So put the left foot back on the wall again. Awaken the legs again together. Then hug your right leg in. You can make handles with that strap by hooking the loop. You guys should know that, yeah. So that when you then hook the loop, you have handles both sides of the loop around your foot. So now when you employ the left leg against the wall, yeah, the right leg should be straight so the heel pushes to the ceiling, but then press the mound of the right big toe also to the ceiling. So that's the physicality of it, but feel how energetically then the tailbone is in. And you can lengthen both sides of the spine from the outer hips to the armpit region. Let the elbows be a little bent to the sides so the collarbones have broadness. Keep the knees straight. Breathe. And then change sides. Right foot at the wall. Hug the left leg in and hook the left foot. Good. So the idea is low back very long, left frontal groin towards the wall, keeping that length there. And then release and hug both legs in. Soften the mouth, the jaw, the tongue, shin bones straight down so the back can spread there against the ground. And then roll to your side, come on up. Grab a bolster, place it long ways down your mat like that. We're taking Arta Chandrasana. So you're going to sit on the front edge of your bolster. It's like a simple Arta Chandrasana. So what you'll do, let's see. Haha. I'm going to try and mirror you. So hard to do mirroring when you're doing twists, but especially over the computer. I don't know why. So just watch for a second. I'm going to bring my left foot, this is my right foot, it's your left foot, over by your right hip like that. So it's all the way on the far side right of the bolster like that. My heel is on that far side. Then the front leg is going to cross over the knee, and I arrange the legs so that I have a midline right here between them. This leg upright, so that when you then twist, we're first going to put our thumb in the outer hip, get that length in the side body like we've been doing, but then you have this great wall to help you. So it's not like I'm trying to get you to go in there as deep as you can today, but you get lift, you get height out of the work, but you have to keep the legs employed, okay? That's the story. Twist to your right. Hold on with the left hand, pull the right hip down. Lengthen the side body and then twist. So that left hand will come to the wall. But now feel inner right heel down and the outer rim of your left leg and foot actually have a little pressure down into the floor. Observe how that helps the tailbone be in. So that then, oh, you can lengthen the side body a little more and twist with the chest broad. And release back to center. Change sides. Keep that left leg upright, inner left heel down, hold with the hand, left thumb in the left hip, pull down. Already, you can feel the outer rim of your right leg against the ground and feel how that gives you support from the base. Now, bring that left hand back to the wall and turn. Inner left heel down. Lengthen out of the side body, turn. Release back to center. Go back to the first side. So this time, start holding with the hand. You're going to use your left hand though to slide the abdomen. Really draw that flesh over there to the right. Then you can use to hold the arm or the leg, hook the elbow. So go on, do that. Slide, move that flesh. Exhale, hook the elbow. It doesn't have to be to your armpit. It's just the corner of the elbow. Hook it. Hand to the wall. Now use that inner right heel. Use the left leg on the floor. And lengthen the side waist. And turn. Make the right arm and the right leg press into one another to help you move into that turn. Thick back left ribs towards your right leg. And release to center, change sides. So, you actually have to kind of lean back to get that abdomen to move. Come on. Exhale, move the flesh. Exhale, hook the elbow. You'll have to lean forward a little. And then get that hand back there. Now, inner left heel down. Outer right leg against the floor. Crawl the side body up and turn. Flow those right back ribs towards your left thigh. Turn and lift the chest. The arm, the elbow, and the knee, right? They got to work with each other. It's like they work together and they work against each other all at the same time to give access into the spine, access into the twist. And then release to center. Straighten both legs for a moment. Okay. We're going to do a prone twist over a bolster now. So I'm going to change how my mat is oriented. Most of you know this. Lie a bolster long ways down your mat. And you're going to twist to the right first. It's sort of ultimately like a really supported Parivrita Trikonasana, right? So I'm going to put my right outer hip against the bolster, knees bent, but I got to hook that outer hip. So this side waist, can you guys see that? Yeah. So this side waist has to be lengthened. And I exhale, and then I want to turn my head. This is my right, I'm not mirroring. I'm going to turn my head to the right. So if it bothers your neck, and it might with some of you, you just move the bolster a little to the left so that the bolster catches the flesh to turn to the right, and your face can just catch the bolster and maybe turn down a little if you need. The arms are at the sides. They can go kind of wide, and they steer you. So get this far, and then we'll go from there. Let's see where you're at. That's right. Now, good. Now, once you get in there and you feel that release of the spine, turning, flowing towards the right, your right leg is the one touching the floor. You're going to push the right foot directly out and away from you. It's perpendicular to the bolster. But your left leg reaches way back behind you, so it's in the same vertical line as the bolster. And the legs essentially are in the shape of Parivrita Trikonasana. So right leg points towards the windows, Jason. Like that. Yeah. And I'll twist. And your left leg points to me. That's right. Yeah. Exhale, revolve the abdomen, turn to the right. And the arms can go a little to the side so they steer you with some width so the neck doesn't try and do the work for you. And if I were in the room, after a little bit of time, I might stand over you, right, and put my hands on your lowest bottom ribs and help you turn to the right a little bit. So there'd be kind of a little lift and a turn. Good, now use your hands to press the floor away. You'll come up and we're gonna change sides. So, you don't want to start too close. You want to give a little room so that you drag the front of the body forward. And into that turn, right? So I'm turning to my left. So these right ribs are sort of last to the party. So I want to use my hands to steer them. Then my left leg is forward, my right leg points away, and I keep turning. And of course, if you have glasses on, you got to take them off. The legs can be active or the legs can be relaxed. It's up to you. After a little bit of time, think about moving that lower abdomen, lower ribs a little bit more. Use your left hand to press down so those right ribs can turn and roll towards the floor. Good, everyone. And then release and come up. Get ready for child's pose. So knees are wide, big toes together. But now take that bolster, pull it up on top of your lap. Press down with the hands to crawl the abdomen up and over. So if the buttock has a hard time because of your knees being down by your heels, do several things. Make a cushion underneath of your legs if the knees hurt. Put a blanket behind the knees, between the calves and the thighs. You can put additional spacer between your buttock and your heels, right, to make it easier on your legs. Press down, abdomen goes up and over, forearms to the bolster, let your head rest. And once you do that, breathe into the side body. Make space between the shoulder blades. Soften and surrender. Let the breath be like a massage into the back. Keep the jaw soft. Switch the cross of your forearms. Then use your hands against the floor. Push the floor away. Come up with your head last. Set the bolster aside. Take both legs up a wall, back flat on the ground. Be as close to the wall as is comfortable for you, right? Most of you guys can be quite close. Legs straight up the wall. Just let your hands rest on your abdomen initially. And once you're there, feet together, put your hands at the very front groin, heel of the hands on your frontal groin. I'm doing it with you in case you have any questions. Heel of the hand presses the very front groin towards the wall, helping the back thigh spread. So the inner groins flow a little more towards the wall. Push the heel bones up the wall, and then mounds of the big toes press upwards slightly higher than the heel. So keep the hands working, but keep the mound of the foot working. And together, observe how the low back gains width, length. Observe how the abdomen deflates, hollows. Maintain those actions in the leg. Reach up, hook your thumbs. Find that space between the upper shoulder blades again. And then inhale, pull the arms overhead. If they don't reach the ground comfortably, you can just put that bolster under your hands that you were sitting on before. Lengthen out of the sideways. Jaw, neck, tongue soft. Keep the legs almost as if the legs are magnetically drawn to the wall. Heels even broaden against the wall. Switch the hook of your thumbs. Christy, this sort of thing should be good for your knees, but keep them working to be engaged, right? If you look at the knees, you want to steer them to make sure that all four corners of the knees point straight forward. So if you look at the kneecap, it has four corners, meaning two on the top and two at the bottom of the kneecap, like a square or like a rectangle. Right, so that's one way you can work with the knees here and protect them. Working all those actions in the feet, the broadness of the heels, the broadness in the mound of the foot, all those things. And then release the arms. Come out, you don't have to do anything too extravagant. Just back yourself away from the wall a little bit so that you can very easily put your feet on the floor. Then take the arms straight out to the sides, press the back of the hand into the floor and draw the shoulder blades onto the back. So a passive or relaxing Jathara Parivartanasana. So lift the knees to the chest. Press the back of the hands, not so that the neck engages, but so that the shoulder blades are placed well on the back. And then just rock the legs from side to side. They hover, you guys should know. Right? But exhale side to side and pause as they go to the side so the abdomen rolls away from the knees. So knees to the left, abdomen to the right, just real gentle. Back and forth several times. You want to feel that your ankles and your shins and your knees stay together. They shouldn't slide away from one another, or that should be avoided at least. Knees towards the elbows a bit. And then once you've done that an even amount of times, put the feet flat on the floor. Turn to your right. One last time, grab that chair. You can grab a blanket for your head if you like. We're going to take Shavasana with your calves up on the chair. So if you want a little bit of cushion for your head, that can be pretty nice. Just a word of advice, try and keep the chair on the wooden floor or the part of the floor that slides, right? Because once you come up there, right, it might be too close to you and you'll want to slide the chair away. So that just makes it easier. Low back long, use your thumbs, use your hands to push the flesh of the low back away. Arms turn out, legs fully and completely supported there. As you're ready, get settled. Allow the eyes to close. Feel how the whole body can become passive and supported and surrendered. The mouth, the jaw, the tongue, soft. Deflate the eyes towards the brain. Dissolve the nose bone back towards the brain. Observe the breath in the side body. But with time, the sides of you can almost disappear as the body spreads there against the earth. Allow time for that journey inward. Let your consciousness be like a passenger. As you take that journey inward. The only effort whatsoever is coming back to the present moment. And allowing the awareness to become absorbed in the experience of surrender. Allowing the eyes, the nose, the mouth, jaw, tongue, the ears, and the skin to become quiet. To become almost non-existent. To become present. This training of the mind and the body and arguably even the breath. Is a step beyond just the asana practice, but this step towards pratyahara, learning that the senses can be quieted, to make room for that greater sense of exploration. Moving beyond the body. And then gently bring the hands to rest on the frontal body, anywhere where it gives you a sense of comfort. Maybe the ribs, the chest, the abdomen. Remember, the chair is there, so carefully roll onto your side. Press the floor away. Come on up. And that's all for this morning. Namaskar. Good to see you all.